Hello, everyone, and welcome to Craig Duswalt's Rock Your Life TV series, where we interview amazing business leaders and innovative entrepreneurs like these two. I am your guest host, Dean Cain, and I'm sitting here today with our special guests, Gary and Lisa of GaryandLisa.com.
That's us.
What a great website. And you guys sell real estate.
We do.
To put it in real simple terms. All right, well, so tell me a little bit about what makes Gary and Lisa different than the person who sold my ranch that I was just discussing with you off camera. Tell me what makes you guys special.
Well, I think it's our experience, Dean. You know, I've got about 40 years, almost 40 years of commission sales experience.
So when you were about 3 years old, you started working in
How
real
did
estate.
you know? Yes.
Exactly.
Well, I say the real work doesn't start until you get into escrow.
I'll buy that 100%. I've bought and sold a number of houses and done very well in real estate in my life. So you've been doing it for a long time. You've been doing it for 40 years.
Well, I was in the automobile business for 17 years, and I've been doing this about a little over 20 years. So.
And you?
Yeah, I've been doing this the past 16 years, us together as a team. I'm a third generation realtor.
Wow.
I know my mom and my grandma both were in this business.
Well, so I know, fortunately, a lot of very wealthy people. And most of the wealthy people that I know made their money in real estate.
Absolutely.
So you guys are up in Ventura County.
We are.
Now, have you always been up there in Ventura County? In Ventura, California, it's a beautiful spot. I would say it's probably an up-and-coming emerging market, getting bigger and bigger due to its proximity to Los Angeles and great. Well, you tell me what's so good about Ventura County.
You know, it's a little secret to be right between Malibu and Santa Barbara. That they get all the sizzle,
All the hype.
but we still have it right in our little Ventura on the beach.
Yeah, we have there's some sizzle in Malibu, some sizzle in Santa Barbara, and some steak, if you will, in Ventura County.
Well, I just want to add this, Dean. You know, I grew up in a small town. And probably the most exciting thing to me is all the agriculture that goes on. So it's not uncommon to drive by a $5, $10, $15 million house and see a 6-wheel tractor going down the road right beside you pulling a 12-bottom plow.
5, 10, $16 million house. Woo! Do you guys deal in all different range of real estate, or does it have to be something like a 5, 6, $10 million house?
Well, I think we deal in all of them. Our average price right now is $600 in the whole county. So we deal anywhere from, let's say, around $600 around the average, up to we're always trying to set new records on that end.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You represent buyers and sellers. Everybody. Well, what made it be real estate? By the way, just what made you get? I mean, you're a third generation. Were you indentured servant into it, and you have to go do that? Was that or do you actually just love dealing with real estate?
Well, I grew up doing this, and then I actually was in the high-tech world, traveled all over the world in a high-tech business doing events, and then I ended up marrying a realtor.
And he forced you to do this with him for the last 16 years. I understand. He's very, he can certainly, force isn't the word. He's very convincing.
Very
How about
persuasive.
that? Very persuasive. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, let's go back a few years. If we go back to when we were dating a number of years ago, we talked about it and we were so much in love that we wanted to spend all our time together. Morning, noon, and night.
Rare.
I know. So we decided together that we would do real estate, and that way we could spend all our time.
That's pretty cool. There are a lot of people that I know who purposely try to have a job where they are away from their spouse, from their other. So if I'm going to go buy a place, not saying I am, but I'm not saying I'm not. If I'm going to go buy a place and I'm going to go in that area, are you guys only in Ventura County? Is that where you work primarily or exclusively?
Well, we're pretty exclusive to Ventura County. However, we have a lot of connections in the U.S., and fewer around the world, so we can hook you up with the right person.
Understood.
In my opinion, the worst thing that can happen to you is if you get the wrong agent. They give you the wrong information, and then everything goes wrong from there.
Yeah, like I said, I've bought and sold in a number of houses, and I've worked with friends of mine, people that I know well. So some people seem to be a lot more helpful than others. If I were going to go and purchase and or sell a piece of property in Ventura, why would I go to you guys over, say, someone else?
Well, I think the one thing you get with us, you get a team. We have an extensive background. We have excellent market knowledge. We're always out there looking at property because people can look at property online. So what do we bring that we've seen it? I mean, we've been out there in the houses. We know what the view is, what the backyard is, if it backs the busy street. And so we bring a lot of value to the market.
It's almost a street by street market these days. This is a good street, one street over a bad street. And you really can't predict the good streets from the bad streets. You just have to know. And knowing comes through experience.
And you have the experience for 16 years there, no doubt. So have you made some bad mistakes in this world of real estate? And if you have, what did you learn from that?
Well,
She's the mistake maker.
no, you know, I think the number one thing in this job is that you just don't give up, that you persevere. I think that when things happen and it's very competitive and challenging, you just can't give up. You just have to keep going to the next transaction. The thing we learn with every deal is you deal with different personalities, different properties, and it's a different challenge that you get to overcome and problem solve every single day.
That perseverance quote's one of my favorite quotes there is, because I believe there is no other trait on this planet that you could have bestowed upon you that would make you successful, and I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Well, it's almost like a game of golf. If you have a bad shot or a bad hole, you move on, and as quickly as you can put that bad hole behind you, the better your overall score is going to be.
I'm terrible at golf, so I move on to the next hole all the time.
Well, see, then you put it behind you immediately.
No question about it. Now, would you say right now is the market is the market an upswing, a downswing, and does that affect your business? And is it a buyer's market, a seller's market?
Well, it really doesn't have an effect on our business. We're in there for the long haul. What I mean by that is usually somebody sells a property or buys a property for a reason. If somebody's buying their home, they're really not looking whether, hey, is the market going up or is the market going down? They're looking like, hey, this is the house I want to raise my family in. This is the house I want to grow old in. Some people even say, hey, this is the house I want to be carried out of in a coffin.
Yep. Or not carried out of it. Well, that's a huge deal. I mean, I finally found a home that I love, and I don't think I ever want to ever be out of. And it took me 6 or 7 homes to get there to that place. So if someone comes to you, say it's a young family, and they come to you and they say, oh, these are the kind of things we want. This is the kind of school I want to have. Those are all obviously factors to deciding where they're going to be.
Yep.
Correct. And you'll be able to say, okay, if you want to have, this is the better school area. This is the better area for this. This is the more quiet area. This is you give them all that advice because you know the properties and you know the streets.
That's right. And we know what's available. So I mean, once I know the client, we can go look at a bunch of houses, but I'm like, do you want to go look at houses, or do you want me to go show you the house you're going to buy?
That's fair. That's fair. I recently bought a place in Spain, and they took me to 4 places beforehand, and I was really starting to give up. And then they brought me to the final one. I said, "Why don't you just bring me here to begin with?"
Exactly.
I don't know if that was part of the marketing for them or what, but that's how that worked.
And we've kind of found that, that's the way it works on TV. As you know, they go show 3 or 4, then they buy the 4th one, but it's not necessarily the way it works in the real world. Like when you see somebody on TV say, oh my gosh, all cash, close in 4 days, no contingencies. That's really never happened to us. Now we're close, we're 11 days, but on TV it happens on every deal.
Of course, but that's because they set it up and that's just the way it's done. And we know TV's not real. You people out there. Yeah, we know it's certainly not real. Finding the right house, finding the right place, it's everyone's dream. It's the biggest purchase most people will ever make, bar none, and it's the largest value you have. So it's obviously very important to have people working with you and for you and together with you who understand you and can move forward. And you guys certainly seem like you're wide open to doing so. Have you had tremendous success in your 16 years together?
We have. We've been number 1 in our market the last 5 years in a row, which is unusual because it's difficult to maintain it.
Yeah, so number 1, that's about as high as you can go, isn't
That's
it?
right.
That's the first. That's number 1. The two of you, well done.
Yep.
Pretty fantastic. So yeah, success speaks for itself. Very well. So now if people want to look for properties and get in touch with you guys, I know the website, but could you tell our at-home audience?
Yeah, it's GaryandLisa.com, your real estate edge.
There it is. Gary and Lisa, A-N-D, Lisa.com. Look at that. Well, you guys are fantastic. You're a great team.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely
Thank
to
you,
meet
Dean.
you all.
Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. If you're looking for real estate in the Ventura County area, look no further. We'll be right back after this.